Hello and good morning. Today we will discuss on a topic: life is fine. Poetry from B.Ed first year, compulsory English, the English for the new millennium. Lesson number 50. Life is fine. Let's see poetry. I went down to the river. I sat down on the bank. I tried to think but couldn't, so I jumped in and sank. I came up once and hollered. I came up twice and cried. If that water hadn't been so cold, I might have sunk and died. But it was cold in that water, it was cold. I took the elevator 16th floors above the ground. I thought about my baby and thought I would jump down. I stood there and I hurled. I stood there and I cried. If it hadn't been so high, I might have jumped and died. But it was high up there. It was high. So since I am still here living, I guess I will live on. I could have died for love, but for living I was born. Though you may hear me holler, and you may see me cry, I will be dark, sweet baby, if you gonna see me die. Life is fine, fine as wine. Life is fine by Langston Hughes. Let's see glossary. Holler. Holler means to shout loudly. A been means have been. Elevator, lived. Live in, alive. Dogged, showing determination. Gonna, going to. This is poetry by Langston Hughes. Life is fine, about life, expressing the life after bad decision. Let's see interpretation of the poetry. The poem Life is Fine is written by Langston Hughes or composed by Langston Hughes. It is a regret. It is about a lover who has been deceived by his beloved and thinking of contemplating suicide. The lover goes to the river and sits down by the bank of river to think. He cannot concentrate, so he jumps into the water and sinks. So he jumps into the water and sinks. He surfaces and cries out. If the water had not been so frigid, he could have died. He says, but it was cold in that water. It was cold. He takes the elevator to the 16th floor of his building and thinks about his baby, beloved, and considers jumping. He stands up and yells. If it had not been so high, he might have leaped up and died. He said it was high enough and it was high. At last, he thinks that he might have died for love, but he was born to live. He still has a will to live his life. Ultimately, he gives up his idea of contemplating suicide. And finally, he says, life is fine as wine. Life is fine as wine. Thank you. This is summary or interpretation of the poetry. Please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Thank you very much.